MotoGP is back after the summer break and we head to Silverstone. But if you remember back to the last race we had at Assen, Fabio Quartararo received a long lap penalty for the British Grand Prix after running wide and taking Aleix Espargaro with him as he crashed. Yes, the move from Quartararo was ambitious, but to get a long lap penalty for that move, it wasn't fair at all. So the question is, can he win the race this weekend? Let's take a closer look. Now, last season, Fabio Quartararo won the British Grand Prix in dominant fashion. He won the race by 2.6 seconds and was able to comfortably leave the race from the front. Now, you roughly lose around 3 seconds when you go through a penalty loop. So the best case scenario for Quartararo this weekend is that he's leading the race and then he can take the penalty and might only lose a handful of places and then can push to get back to the front of the race. But the worst case scenario for Quartararo is if he qualifies in the second row, for example, and let's just say Pecco Bagnaia or Aleix Espargaro are on the front row and they make a break on him. He'll have to push extremely hard to catch them after he takes his penalty. But there will be a thought in Quartararo's head where it comes to the point where he needs to maybe settle, or can he push? His lead in the championship is just 21 points. And let's not forget, Aleix Espargaro and Aprilia got their first podium in MotoGP here last season. The Aprilia is a much stronger bike, and Aleix is riding the best he has ever rode. So this is something that is only going to give him even more confidence, knowing that Quartararo is going to have to take a penalty, and will lose time. On the other hand, Pecco Bagnaia has nothing to lose. He needs to win as much races as possible and hope that Espargaro or Quartararo make as much mistakes as possible for him to catch up in the title race. Although it is an unknown with the Ducati, as it does have a mixed bag of results around Silverstone. They did struggle a lot here last season with tyre grip, so let's see how that affects them this weekend. I have a growing sense that Fabio Quartararo is out to prove something this weekend. He was clearly annoyed by the penalty, and rightly so. When he gets in the mindset that he can't be beat in MotoGP, we've seen how this usually goes. He takes off and doesn't give anyone else a chance. The penalty wasn't right, but there is also an opportunity for the chasing pack to take advantage of Quartararo this weekend if he does end up in trouble. And like we have mentioned, Aleix Espargaro can close the gap even closer this weekend. And given how strong his comeback ride was in Assen, anything is possible in this championship fight. We are now heading into crunch time for the 2022 MotoGP World Championship. Every point will count, every mistake will be punished, and who knows, after this weekend, we might even see a new leader in the World Championship. However, you can't write off other riders this weekend. Silverstone is a track that suits many different riders and many different machines. We possibly could see the first win in MotoGP for Johann Zarco, who currently lies third in the World Championship. But my dark horse and pick for this weekend for you to keep an eye on is Alex Rins. He has a great record across all three classes in Grand Prix racing at Silverstone, and not to forget, he won the incredible 2019 British Grand Prix in that epic battle with Marc Marquez, and also finished second here last year. But what will I think will happen? I think Quartararo will win the race. The penalty will affect him, but the mindset that I think Fabio was going into this weekend with is he's going out to prove something to not only himself, but the stewards. This race is going to be exciting. Make sure to let us know in the comments on who you think will win the British Grand Prix this weekend. Are you excited that MotoGP is back? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button whilst you're down there. We will see you in the next video.